welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be looking at the air conditioning drain hose on my Freelander 2. I've had a few occasions recently where driving along the car has suddenly steamed up even though the air conditioning has been turned on. The windows have misted up almost instantly within the space of about 10 seconds driving along. Suddenly it's all fogged up and can't really see where I'm going. Have to sort of turn the blowers on, open the windows. Bit strange because the air conditioning is meant to dehumidify the air in the car. It's cold, it will condense out any moisture. I've also occasionally seen steam coming out of the vents on the car. These vents, certainly when it's been quite damp outside, if there's been a rain shower or a thunderstorm, and the inside of the car is cold, the air coming from the vents suddenly becomes very humid due to the moisture outside, and I'm then seeing steam or mist coming from the vents in the car. Now this would indicate that the drain pipe, which is behind this panel, the air conditioning condenser drain pipe, so you've got the cold air conditioning element inside the heater unit, so you've got the heater matrix for the hot, you've also got the air conditioning unit for the cold, and there is going to be water condensing onto that because it's very cold, and there's a drain pipe which takes that water down here and through the floor underneath the car. Okay, so you can see there, if I try and zoom in, that is where that hole is where the water comes out under the car. And that pipe can get blocked up. It can get blocked up with mud from underneath if you've been off-roading. It can also just block up with slime and sludge and grot that's gone down the pipe with the water and has eventually just blocked it up. If the pipe blocks up, then the water builds up and eventually floods inside the heater, touches the warm heater element, and you end up with a load of mist forming. This is quite a common problem. This is the second time I've had to drain this pipe and clear this pipe and get rid of the water. The first time was after I got stuck in some very deep mud in the bottom of the pipe. The hole under the car has got completely blocked up with mud. So the trick for clearing this is to remove this panel, pull back the carpet, disconnect the hose. So there's a black rubber hose that comes down here to a rigid pipe that goes through the floor. You disconnect the black rubber hose and then you attach a piece of hose such as garden hose or some other pipe that's about 13mm internal diameter. Put that on and blow down the pipe, and that will clear out whatever blockage is in there. And then you reattach the rubber hose, put it all back on, put the panel on, job done. Very, very easy to do. So to get access to the air conditioning drain hose, we need to remove this panel here. Now to remove that, you just need to undo one bolt. It's a 7mm socket, 7mm nut head on that bolt there. It's actually a screw with a hex head on it. 7mm socket, and then this panel unclips. Now there are some clips at the top here. They should pull out and unclip. Unfortunately, when I've had this panel out before, one of them has broken off there and left itself in the hole. That's what it should look like, and it should come out cleanly. So that one there on mine has broken off, which is a shame, but luckily the panel still stays in because it clips in, tucks in behind here. So let's have a little look at what we've got here. This big red wire here is the power connection for the electric auxiliary heating element. Okay, so it's called a PTC, positive temperature coefficient heating element, which is fitted to most Freelander 2s, possibly not fitted to the ones sold in hotter climates, but that if you do have one of these fitted, certainly UK models tend to have them, then that should come on automatically during cold weather. I can't remember the temperature that it's meant to come on at, but it's all controlled automatically. My heater doesn't blow warm air for a few miles, so I don't think mine's working. So what I'm going to do in a separate video, we'll look at testing that and possibly replacing that. Over here, past this aluminium kind of support here, you can see we've got the air conditioning pipes there, and this here, this little rubber hose here, is the drain pipe. So what we need to do is carefully pull back the carpet, and you can see there it disappears off through the floor onto that plastic sort of connector there, pipe connector. So we can actually pull this off. Now what I'm going to try and do here, unfortunately it's a bit of a game wrestling with the carpet here, but what I'm going to try and do is pull that off there, and you see loads and loads of water's coming out. Okay, so just be aware. Right, so lots and lots of water's coming out of there, all going underneath my carpet now. Be aware that that can happen, so you might want to get a cup or something ready to catch that. The fact that the pipe was full of water means that it isn't going down the hole. Okay, it's not going down the drain pipe underneath the car. So what we need to do is connect a piece of hose or something onto that and blow that through, as there's obviously some mud or something stuck in the other end. Now you can actually get to the other end of this pipe under the car. Okay, I'll try to show you where that is. Now my car isn't on ramps at the moment, but if I try to zoom in on where it is, you can see water dripping out of there. Now that's interesting, because if water's dripping out, that suggests water's getting through the pipe. So that hole there, you could poke something up through there and clear the lower end of the hose. There's two ways of doing it. You can either try that approach from up underneath, or you can blow some air into that clear coloured, cream coloured pipe there to blow through. So because I've already got this panel off and I can see that pipe, I'm going to go for this approach here rather than putting the car up on ramps. I just think it's better to actually blow through whatever blockage is in the pipe. It could be a bit of mud, it could be some algae or slime or some sort of small furry creature that's crawled up inside the pipe and died or something like that. So I'm going to blow that through. It also means that if I'm doing this from above, if I crawl under the car, I'm likely to get a face full of sludgy water. So I do recommend doing it from the inside of the car. Okay, so I'm going to get a piece of hose and connect up onto that and blow that through. Okay, so I've managed to get a piece of hose onto the end. It's a bit fiddly getting it onto that. This piece of hose here, it's a bit too small, so I softened the end with some hot water, managed to get it over that, and now I'm going to blow into it, and we'll see if anything comes loose, and what I'm hoping I get is a puddle of muddy water underneath the car. Okay. There's a bit of wetness there. I think that wetness was there from before. Nothing sort of popped free as I blew on that. That pipe's definitely clear. Okay. Right. Well, this one's definitely clear too. There's nothing in there. Well, what I'll do, put that back over there, go for a drive. That's definitely back on there, and it's important that this is sort of up like that, not down low, so that the water drains down under gravity and the hose is always pointing downwards. It's a fiddly job this, but that's definitely firmly on there. Okay, I was expecting some mud or something to come out of the pipe and drop down underneath the car, followed by a load of water. Okay, alright, well, what I'll do is go for a drive and put the air conditioning on, and then I'll know if it's draining, because after parking up, should see a small puddle of water underneath the car. Okay, so I've just been for a drive with the air conditioning on. We can see water dripping. There's already a puddle forming there. Yep, there's a drip. So water's dripping now correctly, so that means the drain pipe is now clear. So I can refit that cover, and then that's it, job done. Right, that's the panel back in. Need to pop this screw back up in here. It is difficult getting access up in here. A bit fiddly. The best bet's just to open the door up and kneel down in the doorway of the car. Right, screw that in. Can't get in there. Right, let's just nip that up slightly with, doesn't need much force on this. It's just a self-tapping screw, so there we go. Right, that's that done. I still don't know what was blocking the pipe. I blew air through it and there was nothing in the pipe to block it up. Could have just been I don't know, some algae, some sludge, dead insect, something like that. I don't know. There was something in the pipe, which, whatever it was, it came out pretty easily. Underneath the car now, it's dry now, but earlier on there was water coming out from, it just still looks a little bit wet actually. So I'm confident that it's now working okay. Went for a drive with the aircon on. Water was coming out under the car and no mist coming from the vents. Next time it rains, I shall try it then, because the misting up of the windows and the mist coming out the vents only really seemed to show up when it was quite damp outside. Probably the extra humidity caused more water to be condensed out of the air by the cold air conditioning element. Right, well, hopefully that's sorted now. We'll leave it there with this video. Hope that was useful. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.